let's talk about fabrics and how we're going to decide which fabrics, which fabric blends. Does it have to be all organic? Are we going to really try to get 100% silk? Do we even want 100% silk? We want everything to be 100% cotton if that's what it's supposed to be. We want it to be 100% linen if that's what it's supposed to be. We want it to be 100% wool if that's what it's supposed to be. But do we really? I mean, 100% wool may or may not be comfortable. Like, I need a little bit of stretch, y'all. Okay, I want a little bit of stretch. February is here, so you know what that means. It is time for us to get rid of duds and losers from our closets. You know how they do. They lie. They don't live up to the hype. They're not paying rent, so it's time for them to go. And it is time for us to love on ourselves with shopping sensibly, of course. So let's get started. Welcome to the channel, y'all. I'm Kima and this is deCollection. Okay, so this is the channel where we declutter with style, we restyle and remix old fits, we shop our closets, and when we do shop, we shop sensibly and we still look fly. Okay, so welcome. If you're new to the channel, every month we have weekly action steps to stay aligned to our SMART goal of not spending more than $100 a month and decluttering, reviewing, and restyling items in our closets before we go out and shop. We're building a capsule wardrobe. We're doing a bunch of things every month. Okay, so February really kind of snuck up on us. Like, I don't know, you guys feel the same way? Like, February really snuck up on me. I didn't even realize that it was February, and I was like, oh shoot, we got a plan for February. I think that the last 2 months have been really heavy. Of course, you know, the economy is not doing that well. Quiet as it's kept. Okay, well, we're still out here trying to shop. And it's just a lot going on politically, socially, culturally, and then it all goes back to politically. So hopefully you guys are taking care of yourself. Having said all of that, let's get into this month. Let's figure out what we need to do for February. But before we get into February, let's acknowledge some of our wins and some losses from January's purchases. Okay, so because I knew that I was looking for high quality denim and possibly high quality knitwear in some lounge trousers, I said, let me hit up Madewell. Okay, you know, I've talked about this before. Want to see what they talking about. So we went to Madewell. I ordered some things online, and then I went to the store so I could try on and do all the things. So Madewell, as you know, was once privately owned, now owned by the same parent company as J. Crew. So not ironically enough, you typically will find a Madewell near a J. Crew because it's kind of like the same people, right? Like they're targeting the same people. Madewell is probably catering to a younger demographic than J. Crew, but essentially it's a similar price point. J. Crew might be a little bit just slightly higher, like $20, $30 here and there. Okay, where I live, there's two Madewell locations, and I actually was supposed to go to the Pont City Market Madewell because that one was closer. But when I realized that there was one at Perimeter Mall, I said, well, let me go to the mall because the mall is just easier, right? Like, you just pull up and park, as opposed to Pont City. I'm gonna have to try to like pay for parking, and I gotta walk and yada yada yada. Okay, but it will be worth it for me to hit up the Pont City Market Madewell, because when I went to the Madewell at Perimeter Mall, I learned that not all Madewell stores are made the same. That one specializes in higher quality knitwear, and so they might have like cashmere there, and I don't know if they have silk, but whatever it was, that other Madewell is more for the trendier, higher quality fabric knits. So we'll see. Maybe we'll I'll check it out, child. I don't know. Okay, so the Madewell in the mall is more of the denim depot, if you will, right? That's where they are going to give you all of their denim. So when you walk into Madewell, you are inundated with denim galore. They have all different types of denim. Now, I'm going to say that, but I didn't look through and peruse every single denim type, but they have a lot of denim, okay? They have a lot of denim, and everything is priced between like $110 to like $130 for their denim jeans. Okay, so In this particular Madewell store, they have denim and they have Oxford shirts and poplin shirts, button downs. That's basically all I saw. You go to the sale rack, which is very scarce. They did have wide leg slouchy trousers. They were made in polyester, almost athleisure wear style with the white stripe. But of course, it wasn't on sale. The one that I saw that I liked. And the one that was on sale, they didn't have my size. Okay. So anyway, so I was like, well, I'm here. Let me try on some jeans because I'm not sure if I want to keep the purchases that I made online. So I tried on the jeans. And I will say that the jeans seem to be made well. So one of the things that makes Madewell denim stand out for me, because you know, I did some denim testing, is that the denim does feel very thick. Okay, so I believe it is quality denim. Now I don't know if you want to compare it to $1,000 pair of denim jeans that you could get from, let's say, like Louis, but I will say that compared to, let's say, like a Zara, you can feel the difference in the texture. But what's great about Madewell is that even though the denim is thick, it's soft. It's soft. So you got the structure, but you also have that comfort. So I did like that. I tried on 3 different sizes because I don't shop at Madewell, so I don't know what size. And it's 100% cotton, okay? No stretch, no elastine, no spandex, none of that stuff. And you know, as I said, I'm an elastine girl. I need at least 1%, 2% preferably, okay? But they ain't had that. So I said, well, let me try on 3 different sizes. I tried on 30, 31, and a 32. And the 31 fit the best. They all fit. But the 31 was the Goldilocks, right? So the first pair I tried on, size 30, balloon fit. It, as you can see, it fit too tight. And it gave me a camel toe, so that was a no. I think, and the length was not long enough either. So listen, there's no ways about it. It just was not a good fit. Then I tried on size 31. That's called the curvy barrel. And as you can see, that was a really good fit. Again, the length wasn't great. And I didn't have on the right shoes anyway. Like I had on my Australian Lux boots. They're kind of like in the vein of an Ugg boot. And they don't even look good to wear, much less to wear. I like them though, they're comfortable. And it was raining that day, so it was like, and they're leather. So anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. So that one, the fit was good. So now I know, mental note, size 31, Madewell jeans. That's my girl. Then I tried on the 32. It was extra baggy. And I didn't like the length. So I'm going to have to, if I buy Madewell, if I attempt to get Madewell again, then we got to figure out the length, child. Okay. Either they got to figure out the length or I got to figure out my shoes because it didn't work. So we ended up not getting anything. Like I said, I didn't really like any of those jeans and they were $110. And when it comes to jeans, if you love them, and you don't have a lot of jeans, then the cost per wear, the math does itself. Like I don't even have to calculate. Like the jeans that I got from Express for $26, they're free at this point. Okay, I wear them a lot. So we're talking about at least 5 wears per season. If I love the jeans, I'm gonna wear them that much. And so I will say that Madewell jeans, they feel very comfortable, like a pair of jeans that I would wear a lot, long as the fit is perfect. So I would definitely recommend to try Madewell for your jeans. But again, if you can find a store, go to a store and try it on if you're not familiar with their sizes. So I went on to the Madewell website just to peruse, see what they have. I ordered 2 things from Madewell online. So I ordered a denim vest. Okay, so we got this denim vest. This vest was originally $108, marked down to $35.99. And as you know, we're searching for proud pieces. A proud piece for denim is usually 100% cotton, but there's a caveat with cotton, okay? If it doesn't have any stretch, any elastine, spandex, what have you, you gotta really know your size, and you most likely wanna size up, especially with something that's structured like this. So I didn't know what size to get, and it was final sale, and you know how I feel about final sale. Anyway, so it's final sale, so I knew it was a gamble, but I was like, It's a denim vest. You can't go wrong with a denim vest, but can I, could I don't know. So I took a chance and I sized up. I think I got a 14. Now, if this had stretch in it, even if it had 2%, child, I could have got anything between an 8 or a 10, okay? But I said, you know what? We're mature, okay? We want our clothes to drape. We don't want everything to be tight and fitted, okay? We want to get the best quality fabric, the best quality constructed garment, okay? So if you gotta size up, you gotta size up, okay? That's it. It is what it is. So I ordered the 14 and she fits. And I have to say that I'm not used to denim fitting like this. I'm used to it having a little bit of stretch. A lot of companies actually add stretch to their garments because it can fit a wide range of people, right? As opposed to just kind of limiting who they market to. But companies like Madewell, they're probably like, that's actually fine. I mean, if you know, you know, you're gonna buy it. That's it. So whatever. I got it. And it fits. And I love it. I can dress it in all the different ways. As you can see, I can't wait for spring and summer because then I can layer it over a t-shirt dress. I can cinch it in with a nice belt. So I think that this was well worth $35, $35.99, rounded up to $40 with tax. It better be worth it because I can't return it. And I can't get my money back, so whatever. And then I ordered these waffle knit wide leg pants. So as you know, I was looking for the jogger pants that I can transition from loungewear to maybe even low-key workwear. So when these came, I was not necessarily impressed because I was like, I don't know if I realized that it was waffle knit, and that waffle knit is automatically gonna make it look like
long johns.
It's automatically gonna make it look like pajamas. So like literally this outfit that I'm so-called gonna wear to work, they don't even know the whole thing is pajamas. I'm working, but I'm in pajamas. Like seriously. But these pants were not bad. I styled them in different ways and I was like, okay, I can see how this is gonna work. They're very lightweight, which again, probably not the best for winter, but here in Atlanta, our winters are not that harsh, so I could finagle it. Like I could make it work on any given day except for like today. But yeah, it just didn't give enough. It didn't say enough, and it was on sale, but it wasn't final sale. So having said that, I was like, well, I'm not excited about it. I know that I can wear it. I styled it. But is it something that I'm going to be like either very comfortable in or very excited about wearing? The fabric content, it's not bad. It's not terrible. 48% rayon, 30% polyester, 20% nylon, and 2% elastane. So as you know, rayon / viscose is a semi-synthetic. So it's made from wood pulps. So it gives you that performance. It gives you that drape. It gives you that lasting fabric. So it's not the worst quality, and it's certainly not the lowest quality. And polyester, all polyester is not created the same either, okay? So I know that when we think of polyester, we think of low rent, low quality, and that's not necessarily true. Now, it is plastic. It is plastic, so it's not great for the environment or our bodies. But plastic is one of those things that it's just hard to get around, especially the ingenuity, the things that they have been able to create and cure with plastics, right? Like the medicinal, the medicine, the scientific marvels and the wonders of plastic. Like, I don't think we can escape it. And also in fabrics. So, but all polyester is not the same, as we said. So we'll get into that. And then this had, what did I say? 20% nylon. Nylon is one of those performance fabrics. You find that a lot in athletic wear. So it makes sense that it was in this pants. All in all, given those stats, I wasn't like completely thrown off, but I was like, I feel like we could do a little bit better. Okay. But I did like the draping of it. If we want some kind of loungewear like this, it's probably going to have a little bit of rayon because we want the draping, but it needs a little bit more structure. I think that's what was missing. It needed a little bit more structure. I just said, you know what, since I can return it, and I made sure too when I purchased it, because I was like, listen, if I can't return it, I'm definitely not gonna buy it. But I returned it and I got my $40 back, and I just so happened to be on Poshmark, and I finally found a pair of At a Break Adidas At a Break wide leg track pants for, guess what, $39. And that's with the shipping and all the stuff. The total was $39. So I think it was $30 and then the shipping and all that. So $39. It was like serendipitous. Like I had to get it, right? So I ordered those. They haven't arrived yet. And so hopefully by the time this video is edited and you're seeing it, you'll see me style it, okay? So with the two items from Madewell, that was $78.39. Subtract $40 because I returned the waffle knit pants, got the Poshmark pants for $39.40. Okay, so we're still at the same total, $78. Now, here is a game changer. Okay, so I don't know how I stumbled upon this, but I found out that Amazon actually has a Madewell store. You know how Amazon carries everything, like everything. And then they have all these brands, like real brands that actually have stores, right? They sell them and then you click like, oh, go to the Madewell store. I actually purchased the MCM fanny pack. It was like the MCM store from Amazon. So I know that's a real thing, right? Now, typically, like I said, I don't just go on Amazon and say, let me find some clothes, because depending on the seller, it may not be the best quality. But if it is a legitimate licensed seller of that brand, then Amazon is your girl, right? Because you know it's coming in 2 days. For the most part, not everything. So anyway, stumbled upon the Madewell store on Amazon, and they got a lot of stuff. They got all the jeans, they got the shirts, they got the sweaters, the knits, everything. So I still had a little bit of extra money left in the budget. I did find a navy cotton boucle knit tank top. It's 84% cotton, 14% polyamide, and 2% elastane. So you know polyamide is like a blend of semi-synthetic polyester fabrics. They don't always tell you what kind it is. It could be polyester and something, nylon and something, acrylic and something. We don't know. So I think that'll be a really good transitional piece. I can layer it while it's still a little bit chilly with a nice button down. When it gets warmer, I can wear a cool tee under it. You can wear it the way it is. So I'm excited about that. It hasn't arrived because that one was not a 2-day prime shipping. So we'll see. I think it's supposed to come tomorrow. So by the time I edit, whatever, you'll see it right here. Okay, so in total, for the month of January, we spent $98.60. So I think we did well. We stuck to the budget. We're like right under the budget. Like, don't push it. Don't try to add anything else. That's why I was like, no, I'm not. Can't get the jeans if I kept the denim vest. So anyway, I'm happy about these purchases. Okay, so per usual, we don't have a dime or time to waste. So we're going to get right into planning for February. So February is all about learning about what we really love, okay? So what we love, we're keeping. What we don't love, we're going to lose. So week 1 is the denim edit. We are going to declutter our denim. Again, not purging, not getting rid of everything, but just asking ourselves honest questions. Are we truly wearing this? What are we reaching for? What are we grabbing? What are we wearing all the time? Okay. If we do not wear it, we're not wearing it, we don't have a plan to wear it, we're going to get rid of it. And I would strongly suggest that you do consider getting rid of your denim now, because this is a good time to try to sell it, whether you're going to sell it on Poshmark, Depop, send it to ThreadUp, or you're just going to go to your local resale place. They're going to buy your denim now. It's a perfect opportunity to start putting things to the side. And as you do so, you might even find some spring pieces that you potentially might want to try to sell. Now's the time, girl. Now's the time. Okay. So we're going to review our denim and see what we want to keep and what we don't want to keep. So that's going to lead us into week 2. Week 2 is curating the capsule. We're curating our thaw transitional winter capsule. So these are the pieces that are going to easily take us from winter into spring. They're warm enough for winter, but they still going to be cool enough for spring. So we have 4 bottoms, 3 tops, 2 layers, 1 lightweight like a blazer, and then some kind of a trench coat that you could probably wear when it's not too cold, and then obviously when it gets warmer. And then we have a pair of shoes that can transition us into spring. Okay, of the 4 bottoms, I want another pair of jeans and I want another pair of jogger style trousers. Okay, so I'm still in the market for those. So that's what I'm going to be on the hunt for. Hopefully that Madewell shirt looks good, because like I said, I really don't need any button down shirts, but I do want a nice blouse. I want either a silk or a satin blouse. So let's talk about fabrics and how we're going to decide which fabrics, which fabric blends. Does it have to be all organic? Are we going to really try to get 100% silk? Do we even want 100% silk? Like, you have to ask yourself sometimes too. Like, I know we get all caught up in like the fabric quality, which is important. Okay. And we all want it to be organic. We want everything to be 100% cotton, if that's what it's supposed to be. We want it to be 100% linen, if that's what it's supposed to be. We want it to be 100% wool, if that's what it's supposed to be. But do we really? I mean, 100% wool may or may not be comfortable, okay, depending on what kind of wool it is. I think that if it's alpaca or merino wool, maybe, right? That tends to be a little bit softer. Even 100% cotton, as I said with the jeans, like, I need a little bit of stretch, y'all. Okay, I want a little bit of stretch. And silk. Like, I think back to the silk items that I had in like the 90s and the early 2000s, and they did not wear well. Like, I mean, I probably didn't take care of it. I probably was just throwing it in with the laundry and not like hand washing it or using the proper detergent for it. But I'm just saying, do we really want 100% of everything? 100% cotton is, you have to iron it, okay? All the time. 100% linen, wrinkles. So oftentimes brands, even your mid to high range brands, are using blends because, one, durability. Polyester is durable. It's plastic. It's going to last forever. Rayon is a semi-organic or semi-synthetic, so it gives you that draping feel. And also, dyes are saturated better with polyester and rayon. Elastine, that's often added to silk, even when something is like 100, well, it's not 100% silk, but it might be like 98% silk, but then they'll add 2% of elastine because it makes the fabric more durable, right? Like when you have to, like, you pull it, or, you know, for buttonholes and seaming and all of those things. So we do need a little bit of the synthetic, okay? We need it. I don't know if the earth needs it. So, as I'm curating my capsule for week 2. So did I say week 2 we're curating a capsule? Okay, so week 2 is to curate the capsule. So we're trying to find the gap pieces, the pieces that we're missing. First, we're going to shop our closet, right? We're always going to start there. And then we're going to figure out what we still need. I have 2 examples of the type of blouse that I want. Again, some proud pieces. So let's look at the exhibits. Okay, so proud piece number 1 today, exhibit A, is this Fernando Sanchez silk dress. I showed you guys, this is one of my thrifted finds. I paid $5 for it. It is 98% silk and 2% elastine. So this would be a really good example of like good high quality silk. Okay, so if I was trying to replicate this, or if I was going to go out and try to match the quality of something that I find at a Nordstrom, or maybe even at a thrift store, or if I order one of the silk blouses from Quince, I could use this as a comparison, because this designer, Fernando Sanchez, was known for high quality pieces. He designed the pieces that Madonna wore in her Like a Virgin video. He studied with Yves Saint Laurent in Paris. So I trust that this is some high quality stuff, right? So I'm going to use this as a basis. Okay, so let's compare Exhibit A to Exhibit B. This is a Rachel Zoe satin shirt. It's 97% polyester and 3% spandex. Okay, so this might be an example of one of your better quality, not the highest quality, but a better quality, or your mid-range quality polyester. So it is heavy in feel. You guys can't feel that, but it does not feel lightweight. If you can see, the color looks very saturated. The fabric feels very thick and heavy. You can't see through it. It doesn't look paper thin. And it has that nice fall and drape like you would expect of something that is at least mid to high quality. Now, granted, I should have ironed Mr. Fernando here, and I didn't. But if I had to compare the quality, I would choose the Rachel Zoe over the Fernando Sanchez. And not, again, because it's not the best quality, but just because silk is one of those things. Like, silk is just kind of going to look dull sometimes, right? So just be mindful of what you're looking for. Like when you try to find the best quality fabric, you're also looking for the performance of the fabric. You're looking for the overall look of the fabric, depending on what the style of the trend is. So oftentimes your quality organic fabrics like silk, like cotton, like linen, they kind of need, in this day and age, I'm just going to say it. Sometimes they need a synthetic to add a little bit more luster to it, right? Or they need a rayon to add a little bit more drape and fall to it. And a good quality polyester is going to do that. It just all depends on the construction of it. There's a lot that goes into the construction of fabrics, including polyester, and how they go from the threading to the yarning to the weaving process. And it's basically like the thread count. We understand thread count when it comes to getting cotton sheets. So essentially, the difference in quality of polyester and any of your synthetic blends, or any of your organic blends for that matter too, is going to be based on the thread count. And so something that has a higher thread count, a higher density count, is going to just produce a better quality garment. And I think this Rachel Zoe, again, probably not the best. Okay, we don't know. We got to go somewhere else. We got to compare it to something else. So we're going to call this a mid-quality polyester. So this is kind of the standard for what I'm looking for. If I have to settle for something that's not 100% silk, but then again, do we really want 100% silk? We may not get the color saturation. We may not get the draping. This has to be ironed. I've never really had to iron this. She could use a little steam, but you can see the difference, right? And the overall look, I mean, I don't know. I think this looks better on me. I think it does. And again, 2 proud pieces, but just something to be mindful in terms of what actually makes a garment high quality. Not only the fabric, not only whether it has organic fabric alone, but the overall performance of the garment. So that's what we're looking for, child. So when we go out to the stores, we can test the fabric. So that leads us into week 3. So week 3 is all about smart shopping. So first and foremost, we're always going to apply the 3 before spree rule. If you will recall, 3 before spree means before you go out and shop and spend and splurge and spree, we're going to do these 3 things first. 1, we're going to shop our closets. Okay, that's what we always do. So we probably already did that in week 1 and week 2. And then 2 is to find the least viable, the least expensive option. That's always going to be a thrift store. Going to a thrift store is also going to be a really good lesson in finding good fabrics, testing out brands, because all of our favorite brands, especially some of these higher quality or mid to high quality brands that we're trying to test out, you can find them in the thrift stores all the time. So, and there's a whole strategy for finding which thrift store in your area has Madewell, Anthropology, Banana Republic. Banana Republic is such a heavy hitter in the thrift stores that I go to. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, these people, that's all they love is Banana Republic and J. Crew. Like, that's all you find at the Goodwills over here. So again, there's a whole strategy for which stores, which area, and even which brand. So we'll figure that out. Maybe we'll do a whole video on that and actually test it out. But we'll see, child. But again, that's number 2 in the 3 before spree rule, to try out and see if you can find any of these gap items, or if you're trying to test the quality of a store, or quality of a brand, and the quality of a fabric to see what performs best for you. Because you may not necessarily want a silk shirt. You think you want it, but do you really want it? Okay. Do you want to Like you think you want a white poplin shirt because it's like great, it's nice and crisp. But do you really want that, right? Like you're gonna have to iron that. You know what I'm saying? Your makeup gonna get on the collar, like all the things. Okay, so it's a good option to start with a thrift store. All right. So that's 1, 2. And then the third principle of the 3 before spree rule is that if you do have to shop and you have to go out to the stores, you're going to shop sensibly. Okay. You're going to shop the sales, and you're also going to apply cost per wear before you decide to check out the cart or check out at the store. You're going to make sure that based on the amount you're spending, you are guaranteed to wear it at least 5 times this season with 3 different things. 5 times 3, okay? That's the cost per wear. So I am going to try Anthropologie this month because I've been saying, let me hit up Anthropologie. Let me try to see how far our $100 can stretch. They have a line of denim and it's supposed to be really good. But we're going to see. That's our challenge this month, $100 at Anthropologie. Last time I went to Anthropologie and I did not buy anything. I went straight. I went straight to the sales rack, okay? And that $100 was not stretching even there. So, and of course, I'm going to check out what they have online and then compare what they have in the store. And I think this month I'm really going, if not Anthropologie, then I'm going to really try to just go for the gusto and make those Quince purchases. I can make a little, $100 investment in a few of their pieces. Well, I don't know about a few. I think I can get 2. Okay, I have like 5 things in the cart, so we'll have to settle on 2. Another thing to be mindful of for week 3, February, we're really kind of leaning now into spring, so we're not going to go crazy, right? The pieces that we're buying are transitional. We're going to be able to wear them well into April. I'm talking about some knitwear, but these are going to be lightweight. And again, got to be able to wear it 5 times with 3 different things, right? Okay, so that takes us to week 4. So for week 4, very importantly, we're tracking our wears, tracking our spending, seeing how much we're actually saving. I know it's hard, times are rough, but is it really making a difference? Are we really adding to our goal for the whole year, our vision, beyond just saving money, beyond not spending a lot of money rather on clothes, but are we really making strides? Are we really moving towards what we said we want to accomplish, whatever we're trying to accomplish for the year? Buying something new, paying something off, paying off some debt, paying for a trip, really starting to see if we're making some gains. And as it relates to our purchases, constantly monitoring our wears. So just like those pants that I got from Madewell, I did not hesitate. I was like, nope, you're going back. Even though it was only $40, I was like, I'm not hanging on to them. Okay, I'm not going to try to convince myself that I like something. And that's another important thing. You should not have to convince yourself that you like something. It's either a yes, it's either an absolute yes, or it's an absolute no. I'm not wavering. I'm not going to be on the fence. If something doesn't fit well, if it's not long enough, if it's not hitting the right way, if it's hugging where I don't want it to hug, you got to go back to her sender. Okay, because I'm not going to wear her. I'm not wasting anybody's time, and I'm definitely not wasting my money. February, we don't have any time or any dimes to waste, because if we're going to gear up and get ready for spring and the spring arrivals, but again, remember, we're not falling for that. We're not falling for the new arrivals. We're going to talk about next month. We're going to talk about March when we get closer to it. But we just got to prepare, because new things are coming. They're pretty. They're going to be nice. So if you could actually save a lot of your budget for February, like if you say, okay, I only see one nice thing, $50, I want to spend $150 when the new spring stuff comes out. That's smart. All right, well, that is all I have for today. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video. I'm wishing you guys a happy and fun and self-loving, self-care Valentine's Day. I am hoping that everyone stays happy and healthy in these streets. Let me know what you guys think about this month's plan, our goals, our fabric focus, all the things, child. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.